Political structures always got a thumb on the scale. They have an agenda all the time, and that is to disenfranchise the general public, no matter what. And back in the day when I was running the CFC Outreach Committee in this church in Virginia, and I let anyone come down the basement and talk about anything positive, and these girls came from Ukraine. And this is, before the election, before 2016. And, the girls came and tried to tell the American public that, look, Ukraine has always been corrupt, but at least it had a political system that kind of worked. And then, Manafort showed up, brought in 4 different political, cable networks, disenfranchised the public into 6 different groups, and then caused chaos. And that's what we got now. That's what allowed the war to occur. That's what happened at Donbass. That's what happened in Crimea. This is all it's not happening just on the ground in these countries, in our country. No, this is a global entity, a unipolar power structure. Hail Hydra, go watch your Stan Lee movies, go watch, Captain America, go watch X-Men, go watch, 1070 passed during all the rest of Stan Lee's work, of Marvel Comics, essentially. He basically was telling the public, this is what's coming down. No one would listen, scholarly both like yours truly. But Stan, since the 1960s has been trying to tell the story. He was around during World War II. He saw it. He was educated. He saw it. He realized, that Operation Paperclip dumped, a ton, battery low, 15%. Charge your phone. Okay. I'm going to sprint on this. Everybody, Dr. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein. That's certainly the case, not only here. No shit. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was a novel of not sci-fi, monsters. No. It was about bad parenting. Frankenstein makes her. Draper's article, The Arizona Republican Party's Anti-Democracy Experiment, in the New York Times Magazine. He has a new book that will be published in October called Weapons of Mass Delusion. I'm not calling the NICP. Yep, all in and all these bubbles. This is where we are at. We're just bubbling out. We are bubbling. Bubble to, Oh yeah. Godless environment.
Sandra Jane, contrary.
The enemy, glad what's in. That's all these bubbles. This is the enemy. The bubbles are the enemy. This is the secret enemy. This is the deep state right here. The Bad Bunny. The Bad Bunny. The Bad Bunny. The Bad Bunny is taking control. The bubbles are taking over your mind. The bubbles are taking over your mind right now. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Yep, the bubbles are taking over your mind.
They're evil. Oh, there's Bad Bunny. Liberal Bad Bunny. Bunny is bad. Bunny is it. All those, these evil bubbles. These are taking over your mind. If you're watching MSNBC right now, this is what's going into your head.
Or Fox or CNN or Eddie. Good to see you, bud.
Ooh, the far right. Bad Bunny. I got for the Bad Bunny, but he's spitting out all this stuff. Commie, terrible stuff. Is a really good stuff. Yep. Which Wendy Rogers? They gotta tell us.
Oh, well.
It's about Arizona.
Anyway, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. And I am your sensei. I'm here in my elevator music office, and it's 5 minutes and 55 seconds. And so, do you know you're the Walking Dead? I mean, we are what we eat, what we breathe, what we drink is totally corrupted. You know, electromagnetic waves from HAARP and space are going after us. And everything I'm telling you is as ridiculous and as true as Bad Bunny. So the only thing that's going to save our bacon is if we have unconditional love in our heart and unconditional forgiveness in our head. You know, when something bad goes down, mean, cruel, we need to say, what would Jesus Christ do? You know, that's a very good little, even if you're Muslim, you should say, what would Jesus Christ do? Right? Because Muslims think Jesus is kind of cool. They just don't like calling him God. And so, and you know, they all, you know, the Hebrew nation, the Christian nation, and the Islamic nation are all, you know, Abrahamic religions. They're all the same thing. You know? And other religions, Zen Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, et al. Are one religion is just a reflection of a cultural dynamic through the experience of the spiritual essence of creation. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland. So 4 of you there, 1 thumbs up. How about some more thumbs up? How about some comments? Right? Let's see. Hi, Sensei. Hey, it's been quite a while. Yep. Carney. Happy Hump Day. Got Bad Bunnies. You know, out in the deep green, a alien bunny has shown up, and he doesn't have any friends. He's no girlfriends, no little ones. He's just bouncing around. And he could be a girl for all I know. But the bunny is quite interesting because the bunny isn't eating my garden. It's just chewing on my lawn. So instead of needing a lawnmower, you know, the bunny it takes longer, but that's all the bunny's doing. And whenever I walk from the man cave up to the lodge, the bunny's always out there on the lawn chewing away. And I walk right by him, and I stop. He stops chewing. Well, you know, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, but it looks up at me, kind of smiles, doesn't run away, just kind of goes back to chewing on the lawn. And he will, or it will, bounce up on my deck, and it'll stay there. And what was quite interesting the other day, so my Floridian neighbor, who has a bunch of crazy dogs, dogs are a reflection of their owner, right? And so they're nice, they're sweet, but they're totally nuts and always having to run. And the only time they don't run is when I go up to the lodge a big deck and it's covered, and a big table, and I spread my stuff out on it, and I sit there with my laptop and I write my novels, and I'm heading into the 10th novel, and I've kind of cleaned up the first five to be like I need to send them to people to read, right, and help me edit them. And the few people who do read them kind of go, wow, that's kind of amazing. I don't know what to make out of it. And they don't really go any further than that. So, but if you send me your phone number to the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, I'll get back to you and I will text you. And if you email me without giving me your phone number, I will text you one of my novels. Now, when I send it to you, I send it to you so you can only read it. Can't correct it, can't edit it, can't share it with anybody. It's, until I see how you feel about it, I'm not going to give you total access to it. You can read it. And you're going to have friends come over and read it off your screen, but, So anyway, I'm kind of a little lackluster. It's been raining a lot. When it rains, I just like to sleep. Don't have that much money, so I can't really drive around. My neighbor, he's been renting out his house, so I can't go up on his deck and do as many live chats as I was doing. And so anyway, and I'm not getting any real feedback. I mean, it's nice to see you guys in the chat. But I would really like to know how you're feeling about what's going on. I mean, do you like being a dead man walking, a dead person walking? Because that's all we are. We are just, being used. We are, our bodies are like fly paper for our spirit, right? Not even our soul. Soul is just the server that takes the experience of our mud puppet into our spirit, and then our spirit regurgitates an insight back to the mud puppet, right? And so our spirit is really who we are. It's our consciousness, and it has the duality of being individually conscious and also being a collective, right? So, and the power that shouldn't be, and the hidden hand, and all of the esoteric and occult brouhaha about who we are, where we came from, what are we doing here. It's really not religion. Religion is simply a business plan, right? And, it was kind of codified as that by the Romans. Was their business plan of the Roman Empire was, the Second Reich was falling apart. They rebranded into the Holy Roman Empire, right? Got another 900 years out of it. So, and they got themselves in a special place called the Vatican. That the Vatican is an entity unto itself in the middle of Rome, just like the city of London is a separate entity unto itself in the midst of London. And same with the District of Columbia as an entity in the midst of the United States. It's totally separate. It does not have anything to do with the rest of America. Right? So the Vatican basically owns the spiritual energetics of the human race, and the City of London runs the finances, for entities like the Illuminati and good old Mr. Rothschild and et al. The reptiles, and the District of Columbia has the Pentagon in it, right on the edge, and what the United States is and became a revolution, right? Was handful of rich guys, about 100 and something, and their constitution they wrote for themselves, not for anybody else, not for their wives, not for anybody else, not for poor white guys, especially not for slaves. And pretty much they treated everyone. I mean, we didn't get the 8-hour day and the 5-day work week until early 1920s. I mean, in the 20th century. And just because we have amendments, to our Constitution, like the first, second, third, etc., all the way up to the whatever, they're irrelevant. First Amendment, free speech, irrelevant. You go out on, you feel strongly about something, you have flyers, you go and speak to the people on the sidewalk down in your town, and a policeman will come and say, hey, we don't want you to do that. And they say, but I have a First Amendment. And, Plessy versus Larry says that I can, and then the cop hits you in the head with his billy club. And if you still complain, he'll shoot you with his gun. And then you can go to court and say, I was beautiful for my life. I mean, I had a club and I had a taser and I had a gun, an automatic 9mm, and all that guy had was leaflets, but I was scared for my life. So, good luck with the First Amendment. Second Amendment, you had the right to have a gun and have a ordered militia. No, what that was there is the Southern guys, Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana and the guys who signed, Southern folk who signed Virginia and Maryland and all the Southern states, Ohio, Illinois, who had slaves and needed them for their economic not only survival, but wealth. We're going to give them up. So, and the North didn't care. New York, Boston, Vermont, they didn't care. So the militia was not, to stave off the English or, foreigners coming in or alien spacemen. No, it was the militia was there to be armed entity to put down any kind of resistance from the slaves. Like a state like Mississippi, King Cotton was making a fortune out of cotton, tobacco, and other crops, and they needed the slaves. And basically, there were about 90,000 white rich men who owned plantations and the means of production. But there were like 2 million black slaves. They were kind of way outnumbered. So they needed a armed militia to keep the black folk in line. So, and slavery was always what you call an unexpected consequence, because like when Jim Crow was created to keep black people in line, what it really did was it funneled all the economics of the black community into the black community, right? And in the late 50s and 60s, when civil rights movement got really moving, Kennedy didn't care. He had other fish to fry. And LBJ sure didn't care. He came from Texas. And so what he went to his Blue Dog Democrats, that was, you guys don't mind the bus. You don't eat at the counter. You despise the poor white person as much as you despise the black people. But because we have forced the black people into their own economy, they are the 7th largest economy in the world. Don't you want their money? And that's why we have the Voting Act and the other civil rights acts that we got in the LBJ. Not because he wanted to be fair and just, and no, he wanted their money. He wanted to disenfranchise them even worse. So he took all incentive out of them being business people and put it in that they should just have their hand out. So, and what do you think? Well, I scared most of you away. There's only two of you left, Jane and Ed, I think. Fish is there. I haven't talked to your Fish because I haven't had money to put in the phone. I have no money if you sent me something. PayPal. 2 to 8, 42. You guys are too concerned with your own lives. Because I made a deal with the creator when I came back the second time that I would complete the task I was sent here to do. Right? And as one of my masters and guides tells me that it's I'm not meant to like make it happen, to be down the Baptist. No, I'm just supposed to tell my stories and give the audience a chance to make up their own mind. Are you ready to make up your own mind, or are you just gonna keep watching me and other things and just distracting yourself? That's not, a lot of people watch this show like wallpapers. They don't sit down and just watch the whole show. They just go to later in the evening or next day and play it in the background, doing the laundry or whatever they're doing. And that's okay. Basically, everything is okay. And in the end, it will all work out. Right? Yes. Do you want your spirit to be abused, and just keep coming back on the karmic wheel over and over and over? Or you got to step into your life and have a life, and do your best, not try. Oh, I tried. Oh, boo-hoo. You do your best, and you're not going to be perfect, but you do your best, and that'll be a lot better than most people. And to be awake, consciously aware you are. And understand where your 20 is and what your 360 is, and to be always to step on it. No, I don't. I mean, the last couple of weeks, I was in gatherings and meetings with people, and I knew what I was going to say, and I didn't step on the 20. Just kind of made certain inferences and talked to individuals and such, and so I didn't really have the overall dynamic big spaces. Now I can and I do, and and I continue to do it. I usually get paid very well for doing this, but now I don't. And I am not settling, but I am serving love's co-creation by being in the game. Right? Like talking to you guys. Right? You seem to really no one sent me anything the last at least a month. And my front end, it really, the struts really are screaming and moaning. And the question is, I'm going to go have it. I don't have the money. It costs about $500 to fix it. But I'm just waiting. If I'm mind to wait until I can save up nickel penny at a time in a jar to get to $400 to fix it, or will the front end just roll off the car? I'm doing about 60, zooming through the mountains here. driving the 30 miles or so from my deep green into Boone, I drive through a sawtooth mountain, so I'm doing this and up and down, and I can hear that strike, click, click, and maybe one day it'll snap right off just when I'm going around the corner, and the big tractor trailer is heading straight at me, and there's a cliff on one side, and I smash into the tractor trailer. That is a tanker truck of gasoline, and vehicles explode, and the gas tank tumbles down the hill into the public school and kills 150 children. Now, you who have pretty good jobs, you only sent out about $50 or $100. All of that wouldn't happen. It'd be okay because I'd be dead and those kids would be dead, and they wouldn't have to deal with what's coming around the corner. Ooh. I've been talking about the big splat for the last 3 years, way before COVID-19, way before the war in Ukraine. Right? Now, forget about 19 is just it's a virus and gets people sick and some die. People get sick and die of the flu and pneumonia and all, right? But what I'm seeing coming down the line, this monkeypox is a good example. Many, and polio too. Polio's coming back. What I see going to happen is that polio, monkeypox, Ebola, and 19 are all coming together and are going to turn people into zombies. And if you ever want to see what's coming down the pipe, see that pit movie, See Land or something like that. It's great scenes, when it's just starting to kick in and people, are like, not believing it's happening. And then, he's, the bureaucrat, scientist, and, he's watching this stuff on TV and knocking guys in battle gear come and get him and take him off and put him on a helicopter and fly him into this facility somewhere in, undisclosed land over America. And it's like a big fortified thing. And the zombies are crawling up on each other to get it, they're like, the wall is like, 300 feet high. And the zombies are just, like ants crawling up the side, right? And that's what I think the next pandemic motif is going to be, something of that order, really wow. And because, here I am in the elevator music office I have, and I'm looking out into the supermarket, and 1 out of 10 people is wearing the mask. And the people wearing the mask are mostly old folk. And yet then there's some folks who are not old, but, look like they may have cancer medicine being given. And then there are others who you can see mom and the kids, they all have masks. So, now, I've died so many times that I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm not being overly stay away from people. I have my own sanitizer, which is way stronger than anything you can buy. A friend of mine who was a purveyor of Shine, and the state, early on in 19, the state went to him and said, listen, we know what you do, so we really need some sanitizers. So if you start tuning up your skill to turn out a sanitizer, so he isopropyl alcohol he creates at like 380%, more than the 70 you get at Walmart. And he puts things like hyssop and and a few other things that are good, almond oil, and so it's good for you. It makes your hands soft. It's the cost of negative alcohol to eat you up. So anyway, so he has that. So he gave me a nice at the beginning of this 20 gallons of this. I was here. I wanted to, he gave me a couple of different versions of it too. So I have years worth of hand sanitizer, and I buy these nice little spray bottles at Walmart. They're 89 cents, even in the inflationary days. And I bought, back when I started doing this, maybe 20 of those. So I always have one in my pocket, and spray it on your hands. This, and do this, and put these vapor barriers. I breathe it into your lungs. And I have a mask in my pocket. But mostly I stay away from people and I spray everything I touch. But I'm not in fear of any of this. I'm a doctor, and I got vaccinated because, from my understanding of vaccines, they have a value and also they're used in a paramilitary kind of way. And depending on where you are in the situation and what class you're in, sitting here and somebody who started having a conversation, and they were going on about, they came from Florida, they couldn't stand Florida, all those people. Right? I said, what people? He said, those people. I said, you mean Hispanic folks? He goes, those people. I said, Hispanic folks are the best neighbors you could ever have. They're hardworking, they're Christian, they got families. They go to the mat to do the right thing. I mean, I'm happy to have neighbors who are Hispanic, much better than the screwball Floridians like yourself, who are armed to the teeth and are going to either shoot their wife or themselves, And I didn't say that, but they intimated that, if we only were a little more empathetic towards our, we all came from someplace else. We're not natives to America. We killed those people. And, that's the only good Aborigines that did Aborigines. I think that was on the Australian flag at some time. So Matt is, and there's a company. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can find. It's a cool time. How are you? How are you? I misplaced Mr. Tool Time. I'm dancing like a white man. I'm dancing like a white man. I'm walking like a white man. A white man. Walking like a white man. And Boss Tool Man. Now let's see. Talk to Mr. Chicago. Hey there, where are you? My phone, all my electronics is weird.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now perfectly well, young man.
Okay, well, we're live on the show today. And
Okay.
this is the World Traveler that I'm speaking to. We know him as WT.
Okay, so I thought I was your ambassador to the whole world, man.
You are the World Traveler.
Okay. Yes, ambassador sounds a little kind of sexy. I like that.
Okay, ambassador. Okay.
Alright.
Your Reverence. Your Holiness.
Well, listen, you're making me blush now. Like you think this is radio, that's not like I'm not supposed to,
Yeah, you're not on camera. You could be, but that's too difficult. I'm losing the threads of my electronic universe is kind of
Uh-huh.
slipping away, and I'm kind of stuck in the. I mean, it's nice. I've been in the deep green most of the time because I don't have money to put in the gas tank. And I don't know whether PayPal works or I can't access almost anything anymore. So
So where is it?
yeah, I don't know if it works or not. I don't think it. I mean, I think it works. Not putting anything in it. It doesn't seem.
No.
Yeah, people don't seem to care. I mean, I talk about kind of interesting things of what's going on around us, and how do you feel about being the Walking Dead, Your Reverence?
Being what? What? Being what?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, come on, man. I am so alive, I can hardly contain myself. I'm bursting out of my seat.
Yeah,
man. Come on.
that is true. So you're the wrong guy to talk to, but but you know what I'm talking about, The Walking Dead.
I know, man. You nobody sees you, nobody people look through you and all that stuff, right?
Right. I mean, in person, it's hard for them to do that, but otherwise, because people, go, are on the chat here and they say, nice whistling, hey, how you doing? I'm talking about all kinds of interesting things, like aliens. I think that's one of the more, I think that's why JFK got shot because he signed executive orders stating that the CIA and the Air Force had to disclose everything they had on the alien agenda. And 7 days later, he was dead.
Wow.
He also gave a speech about 2 weeks before he was dead, where he said that secret societies ran the world, and he was going to stop that.
Uh-huh.
And he also started having the Treasury Department print our money rather than the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve is a privately stockhold corporation that has nothing to do with the government. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yep, it has nothing to do with our government. I mean, the Federal Reserve has as much to do with the government as Federal Express. It's a privately held company. The people who decide our interest rates, what we're going to pay our credit card, and print our money is a private corporation. Now, if we did that, they would call it, against the law.
Oh, it's a private corporation?
Yep, private corporation. Yep, Federal Reserve, private corporation. Has nothing to do with the government.
So you have Marine Corps that's also like a corporation?
Yep.
And what else is prisons are run by private corporations also?
Yeah, stock held corporation. Yep.
Oh my, that doesn't sound sexy to me, man.
No, it's not sexy.
Hey, listen, I'm right now in downtown Chicago.
Right.
Man, Chicago is bustling with this life.
So are you downtown? Are you down by the beach? Or are you down by the cemetery? Or are you downtown? What street are you on?
Right now, hold on. It's called Mies van der Rohe Way. It's dedicated to the famous German architect who came over here and built a few really famous buildings. They're all built the same way.
Right.
Look at this city here.
So are you near the river?
No, I'm close by the river and the lake.
Okay.
So
Yep.
What else is going on, man? Did you get that job?
Who knows? You know, I put all the paperwork in. I did all the little tests they wanted me to do, and they put me in a classroom, and I, showed them my stuff. And the kids loved it, but I don't. And the teachers, I basically I told them I wasn't gonna, be a substitute teacher. I was going to be a teacher substitute, and that I was really going to be a teacher assistant, and I was going to make them look better. I wasn't like going to show them up, or I was going to just make everyone look better. And so the general population of the school liked it, but that's just one little. That school is just a little bit of the school system. And I met, all the people in charge in the school system, and they go, "Well, you're quite interesting." That was their take on me. You're quite interesting. So,
No, listen, you have to tell me one thing.
what was that? I only got about a tenth of what you just said.
I said you have to call me one day on WhatsApp when I'm in downtown.
Yeah. Okay. I still didn't understand what you said, but I got.
You have to call me on Viber or WhatsApp one day.
Oh.
So I want to show you downtown.
Oh, I got it. That phone is dead, and I'm just waiting for them to fix it. So that's why I haven't been on WhatsApp or any of those other things, because I tried to get my other phone hooked up to my other accounts, and it wouldn't do it, and it kind of fritzed out my other phone. So every time I try to mix apples and oranges, that's one reason why everything is, and I won't obey. They want to constantly re-update all of my stuff, and I'm not really.
Your phone hasn't been fixed yet?
No.
Oh man.
One of the things is I haven't had money to drive there to see, and they don't seem to answer the phone anymore. So, and I can't make an easy phone call either. It's a miraculous thing when I get a bar or two in the deep green. So anyway, that's why. So when are you heading out of town? A couple weeks?
No, couple of weeks. What do you mean a couple of weeks?
I didn't hear what you said. I said, when are you leaving? And then I heard you go, rah.
Is the connection really bad? Can you hear me now, man?
Now you're very tight. Yep.
Okay, I said I'm leaving on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. A week from yesterday.
Yeah, and I'll be gone for 2 months, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll try and get my WhatsApp going and have all your information in that. So anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I've been doing a lot of gardening, so my muscles kind of ache. I've been using muscles I haven't used in a while. So, that's where I'm at.
Well, me too. I don't want to talk about. Am I alive?
Yep. We're both alive. That's good. We're not part of the Walking Dead. And
how about Australia?
What was that?
How about Australia? You
Story? I told some stories. I earlier on in the show I had I have a bubble machine, a little machine that blows bubbles.
Oh, you know that thing?
Yeah.
No, I was asking you. Oh, no, how about me? I have a story for you too.
Oh, shoot with the story. Yeah, let's hear your story.
But you know my stories. It's okay for your show. Are they acceptable?
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, whatever. I'm only hearing about a fifth of what you're saying, so it shouldn't.
Oh, man. How about if you call it one more time? Because I want to hear you well, man. You got to give me what
just stay in one position because sometimes.
I am staying in one position. I'm standing on one foot and my phone is in my mouth.
Okay, so go for it because you sound good now.
I sound good, man.
Yeah.
But the story is not good. The story is nasty, man.
Well, it just self restrict. Don't get
Okay.
pornographic.
Okay,
But you can say whatever you want to say.
So can we to censor myself? Okay.
Yes, and audience, you heard the man tell you that if you are a snowflake or a child or not a person that can decide for themselves what they want to hear, you should leave. I mean, there's only one person watching, so I think they're okay.
Okay, so anyhow, I was in Las Vegas in a hotel. So it was a kind of lazy afternoon, and I was doing my Sudoku. And I see I'm on the third floor, okay? And I see on the road there was this lady, and she wasn't she had the dog. She was walking to and from, crossing the street at that time. So there was a red light, okay? Everybody stopped. And she stopped there. She was waiting, I don't know what. Then all of a sudden the light changes, and she decides to cross the street. And her dog started screaming, and she fell on the ground, and she was under the wheel. And
the dog was under the wheel?
No, almost. She was under the guy braked real hard, and everybody started screaming and yelling, and the guy fell, and stopped right there. So she stood up, and they started arguing and calling each other names, blah, 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 5 minutes. The next 5 minutes, they were kind of calm. After 5 minutes, they left hugging and kissing. I said, man, this is interesting. I should come to Vegas when I was young, Papa. I should have been here. This is the way to get the girls, man. So that was a kind of interesting story, man.
So the girl who is arguing with the guy ends up kissing him?
Yeah, we ended up hugging and kissing, and she got into the talk and then go away. How is it like that?
Yeah.
I said, man, this is a good trick, I said. Maybe give myself a pick-up truck, and that's how you pick up the girls, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever works.
That happened, and I was just sitting there.
I'd love to see our Congress do that, Madam Pelosi and Mitch Lips, Mitch McConnell. I'd love to see them getting it on C-SPAN.
Anything gonna happen?
All of that old flabby skin. Oh,
It ain't gonna happen. These guys are not going to get together. They're so far apart, man. It's not going to happen.
You don't think they do the nasty in the secret underground vault that they have under Congress, and they wear costumes and do secret rites? I think they do.
You're fucking crazy, man. Let's change the subject, man.
I can see Mitch. I mean, Mitch already looks like a worm,
Crazy, man.
Yeah, I can see it.
So listen, you said you've been doing a lot of gardening?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my beans have come in pretty good, and my squash and my cabbage pretty good. Onions are pretty good. Other stuff, not so much. So I live up in the mountains, and it's very strange because I have a bunch of flowering plants, and they all flower just elevation of 20 more feet this way or that. They act differently. It's really strange.
I see.
So,
hey,
yep.
So I called. My buddy from England called me.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts brandishing a gun.
Really?
He's walking, talking to me, and walking around his house with a gun and all that stuff. In England, it's not easy to have a gun.
No.
And these freaking guys walking around. This guy is freaking losing it.
What's his problem? Why does he need a gun? Especially in England,
I think he's selling drugs big time. I mean, they're talking big time, man.
Okay, so it's criminal.
Because last time he called me, he was with some of his buddies and they were showing me stuff, but I said, I don't want to see that, man. Get lost. It's not, I don't want to see that stuff.
Right.
So I think that's what he's doing.
Is this the Euro trash guy who's always asking you for money?
That's the one, man.
Not the same guy.
That's the same guy, man. That's the
Oh.
same dude.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when you go down that path, you're not going to be a happy chap. That's for sure.
No, he's going to, just to get that street, man. He's going to meet you. It's not sexy.
Right. Not sexy.
He's complaining about the world around him, the white man, and this and that. And I said, well, stop complaining. Roll up your sleeves and do something.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I don't get that job, all the different people I talk to, I change them all a little bit. And so that's a good thing, you know. They won't think about certain things I talked about ever again in the same way. So
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to be going there. I think this is a good trip.
So where are you heading for?
First, go to South Africa, then Namibia, then Zimbabwe, then I'll see how much money. Then I see how much money I'm spending. Well,
So you're basically going to Africa.
you see?
You're going to Africa.
Africa, man.
Yeah. Well, I think I've told you, if I was a younger man, I would go there. I think that is where the new promised land is.
Did you read that I read an article that China forgave
Well, they're looking for a new market. They don't want America anymore. So Africa has all the resources. So
Yep. That's the true. That's the thing, man. They have a lot of resources, and China is taking advantage of them.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're just being an Asian version of us. China is.
True.
We
But
taught them
they're
well.
They are not as smooth as we are. We are a little smooth, man. They are not that smooth and sophisticated.
No, they are Chinese. That's why. But,
they'll just learn. They have time to learn. But
Right.
we are so smooth. We steal the people's resources, and people come back and say, "Please, take some more. Thank you."
I know it's I mean, but we do this to spite ourselves. I mean, everything we do, we think we're getting over, but we're really spiting ourselves. The more we do this, the more we line ourselves up for catastrophe.
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to ask you, what's today's topic? What are you talking about? Walking Dead, or what's the deal?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. Are you The Walking Dead?
No, I try to be awake, man. I don't succeed, but I try to be awake.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the question. Yeah, most people, I mean, at least we are aware that we are a good percentage of the time The Walking Dead, and we're trying to be awake, and we're trying to
True.
be ourselves, right? But the majority of the population, that's not where they're at. They're stuck in things that other people are telling them what to be. Wear this clothes, smell this way, drive that car, blah blah blah. So,
Yeah, true. You have to see through that, man.
yeah.
You know what they say? Real eyes, realize, real life.
Right.
That's what it is.
And it's interesting when
Hey,
you have yes.
Say, listen to this, man. Hey,
I'm
listen.
listening. Yep.
I was just passing by that Dusables, the guy who's established Chicago, and he has a little bus. By the river. Well, this is the guy who established the whole Chicago. He did a great thing. So there was a little bus, and about 30 yards from him there was a big bus of this guy who was a baseball announcer. But he was a good old white boy, so they had a big bus for him. I mean, a big bus.
Right.
And this black dude got a small little bus, but he's not a big. It's just a black guy.
Yeah. But he made Chicago, the black guy.
Yeah, he was a trader from Haiti, and he established a little trading post here. That's how the whole thing started.
Yep.
I don't know if he was a free slave or what. I don't know much about the guy.
Yep. He just had a little bust. At least he had a little bust. They could have totally forgotten him and left him on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, then you have this baseball announcer. It was just a freaking baseball announcer.
Yeah,
They have a big box of him and a big. Yeah, commemorating the guy. Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, listen, I forgot to ask you.
Yeah.
How are you doing, man? What's kind of your role?
Oh, I'm still alive. I'm still writing and reading and talking to people and doing my little YouTube, but not as, pretty much I'm spending more time at the deep green, just enjoying watching the bunny chew the lawn, I have this one bunny, and he doesn't eat my garden. He just chews on the lawn, so instead of having a lawnmower, he's kind
So
of...
you are just so you're just not looking for a squirrel or a squirrel looking for a nut. What are you?
I'm neither.
Just like I just I know where I am, man.
I'm neither. I'm just happy to be here. I've been getting a lot of sleep. I mean, it's been really rainy here, and so
What?
I said it's been really rainy here. Rains almost every day.
Really?
Yeah, but it's sunny pretty much almost every day too. So I get a little bit of both. And but when it rains, it puts me to sleep. So I've been getting 12, 14 hours of sleep a day. So I've been definitely sleeping a lot. So,
yeah.
And so I
don't
haven't
know why.
been
I
on
don't know why reception is so bad today. I can hardly hear you, man.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just like I said, all of my electronics are very temperamental. Yeah, I can't hear you at all now. I know you're talking, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Let me go. I will call you before I leave, man.
Okay, sounds like so you're gonna go Tuesday. So yeah, we'll talk before that. Yep. Well, love you. Stay well. Travel well. Yep. Anyway, so there we go. So, another classic. My thing just went nuts. I don't know what happened. I'm going. I'm back. Please, your connection is unstable. Please wait. I guess I'm gonna go. How long have we been on? An hour and 4 minutes. What time is it now? Almost 2. Yeah, I got things to do. Anyway, so just checking in with you. Don't know when the next time. I mean, yesterday's show, that was good. And here's today's show. I hope you liked the Bubble Bunny. Bad Bubble Bunny. Well, I heard from John. Not really. I once in a while look on his channel. He doesn't seem to be producing much. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, why don't we try and call him? That might be fun. It'll be interesting. Let's see. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Atlantean angel. Alos. Hola. Hello.
Please leave your message for
Four.
5
Blah
4.
blah 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 blah. Hey, handsome. Haven't heard from you in a while. Just checking in. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying the summer, watching the plants grow. I have a bunny that's mowing my lawn. And, doing a YouTube every now and then, but you know, not too many people are interested in a big picture. They either want to have what's in their little silo, in their bag of laundry. Really don't care about anybody but themselves. Pretty much the magnanimous of the internet. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy. I hope you can be what you want to be. I'm pretty much happy. I got a lot of sleep. It takes a lot. So I end up sleeping, reading, writing, talking to a few people. But I don't have any money to put in gas in my car, so I don't know where my car's squeaking. So I've got to fix the squeakiness. So I just have to be gentle with my boots. And, you know, I live out in the country, so I do a lot of walking. Well, actually, I lose a pound or two a month, a week or so. And I'm down to my 193 pounds. Pretty good. 180 is my high school off balance weight. That's what I was. Athlete. In my teens. Swimmer, cross player, a wrestler, a golfer. High school sports. Played football, but I never really liked it. My heart was anyway. So, what it is, you as my friend, I hope you're well.
Madison or Savannah, 249.
Hope you get to see your kids sometime. If you ever want to take another road trip towards Family, California, especially as right now, the weather here is perfect. It's in the 70s and 80s during the day, and in the 60s at night. It's perfect. Once it gets around October, it's going to get nippy, and so I'll be able to afford heat.
The recording has reached the maximum length. To replay your message, press 1. To delete and re-record your message, press 3. For delivery options, sorry, 9 is not a valid entry.
Whoops.
To replay your message, press 1. To mark urgent, press 1. To mark confidential, press 2. To mark urgent and confidential, press message marked urgent and confidential. Your message has been sent.
Well, that's all I know about John right there. He doesn't answer the phone. Let's see if he will answer. There he is. Hey there, kid. Let's see. Hey, John, what's up? Just checking in. Touch and hold. record audio. Here we go. I'm recording audio. Okay, John, I just sent you a voicemail. Sending you a text. I haven't heard from you at all. Be well. Stay well. Be good. To hear from you sooner rather than later. And mostly out in the deep green because I got no cash to put in the gas tank to get around. So the woods. Nobody around. I have a new neighbor. He's a rabbit. He's been mowing my lawn. So,
Mark, you have a call
You're
from
well.
102, Mark 102.
we- No. And I talk in the little microphone and then it types what I've said. So this is what my phone thought I said. Okay, let's see. Only John, I just sent you a voicemail and I'm sending you a text. Haven't heard from you at all. Hope you're well. Say well. Say well. Be good to hear from you. Please rather later. There must have been no cash I put in the gas tank where you get around. So enjoy the woods. Nobody around, and I have a new neighbor. He's a rabbit. He's been mowing my lawn. So, well, stay well, be good. It's kind of a piece of poetry, I guess, And that's what it is to be an artist. Pretty much everything you do is some kind of art. Anyway, I didn't say toodle.